All right, we're going to be tracking the drum part for Ghostbusters today. It's kind of going to be part one of this because it's going to be kind of a warm up, get used to playing with the scratch track. This is the scratch track I've been working on. And yeah, we're just jump in. Nice thing about Logic, a function in it is slowing it down. So we're going to use that as kind of like a ramp up to tracking. So maybe the first 15, 20 minutes of this is just getting the groove down and getting comfortable with these parts. Now, I'm not sure I can play all of these at full speed yet, but this is why, there'll be a part two, and we'll just kind of do what we can do. All right, so jumping in on this 16th note idea here, these fills, 1E and a 2E and a 3E and all right, so let's do that at negative 11% full speed. So we got to measure 1, 2, 3, 4, 1E and a 2E. 3, 4, 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. So definitely have to get a little bit more of a groove going on. All right, so let's do this first little drum fill that we're going to run into in the song. So we'll just keep a 4-bar loop going, and we'll just practice these two measures in a row, just over and over again. 2 and now, I would rather play with this groove than a metronome for hours, which is kind of nice. And this has more life to it than just a very stiff or static metronome sound. So here you can actually groove a little bit. So, Florace, I can't see all of your name. I apologize. How are you doing? And thank you. So it's a cool scratch track, right? Like the acoustic guitar part's doing the rhythm, and there's no acoustic guitar part in the actual song, so it's kind of fun too. And then another guitar part is playing the bass line. Try not to flam coming off of that 16th note idea. we go. Cool. Again, just trying to warm up these sections. Now, I've never practiced this way. I should. So in the song, it's a cowbell. For me, it's just going to be a rim because I'm too lazy to set up a cowbell. So we got 1 and 2 and 3 and 3 and 4 and... Let's get this idea down. It's not hard because it's just what we're playing off of our hi-hat, right? It's just moving to that. Now, I know this is a transition I'm going to have to spend a ton of time on. Let's just do a 3-bar little loop. Yeah, that'll get me used to putting it in the right spot. So if this is coming from the verse, I guess it's all the same. But let's do it this way. It would actually be this. Transitions. Transitions will kill you. Okay. 2 and 3 and 4 and 3, 4. That's going to take a little bit of work. Three, 4. One more. Now, if I'm struggling at 115, 10% under, 11% under, full speed's gonna push me. This is why this is a part 1. All right, then we got this basic beat. We'll just do this a minute. Let's go back to 4 bars, otherwise that's a little confusing. Oh, shit. We'll just do 4 bars in this verse. If I could do 4 bars. All right, there we go. You get the idea. I'm not concerned about tracking that part. Okay, let's do, yeah, we'll just do these first 2 measures of the chorus. This I'm actually concerned with tracking. Let's get 2 in and 2 out. I'll be ignoring that fill as I warm up. Now let's just go 1 and 1. We'll see if I can do that transition. So again, just kind of like running through everything I'm planning on tracking, right? Do it a little slow, warm up, get the ideas in your head, and then, 15, 20 minutes, we'll start tracking, knowing that we're going to do a good 45 minutes of tracking. push pause, come back in a couple hours or tomorrow and get it better. All right, so this is the, I wouldn't say drum, I mean, it's a little bit of a drum fill, a little bit of a run. Just have to get into those two different rhythm patterns. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... All right, now the hard parts, or the secondary hard parts, because the other part is hard for me too. So here's the first drum fill. Yeah, let's just... Jay Vaughn says, thank you, Jesus, for life, and then a sad face, but then a high five, and then a cross, and then a hug, and then a heart, and then a dove. Covers all the bases. All right, so let's warm up this fill. I'm hoping I can do it 10% or 11% under. Don't know why I picked 11, but 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... and 4 and 1 and 2 and... See if we can jump into this next one. Now, I don't think any of those were particularly good. Just so you know that I know that you know. Third drum fill. guys, I am bad at this next drum fill. We'll run this drum fill into the next section, though, so you're used to that. So I'm going to more practice the idea of this drum fill than worry about getting this down, because I know this one's going to take me 1 or 2 times. Now, this one's not necessarily more difficult. Just I slop either the 16th notes or I slop the kick. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and. All right, let's see how it goes. I'm getting into a bad habit of not putting that offbeat or the end of 3 kick in. 1 and 2 and. Dun, 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 dun. So, I don't know if I have a philosophy via tracking. I don't have it yet. But I do know, like, if I'm not playing it 100% already, tracking it is going to be ugly. So let's track what I think I can. I mean, no, let me change my statement already. We're just going to jump in. We're going to do a couple warm-ups on it at full speed, track a couple, 4 or 5, listen back, and go. And that's okay, knowing that we're going to do another session. So kind of have that mindset of, hey, shit, if I get something good, great. Most likely we're not, though. So let's do small sections and build towards bigger sections. So as soon as I start feeling confident on something, I'll add in a couple more measures, but there's no reason to play this drum beat over and over again, which I can play. All right, so it'll be 1 measure, and then we have our 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a 4E and a... Fast full speed is. So let's just start practicing, I guess. 1, 2, 1E into 2E into 3, 4. Nah, that kind of sounds like crap right now. I don't have the dynamics yet. I'm feeling pushed. So we'll just track a couple and be okay with it. I put it on the wrong beat. One more. All right, let's listen back to the last one. Oh, I was going to cancel the analyzing of transients. I forgot to do that. Other than my breath before the 1, 3, 4. Everything else I was pretty happy with. So I don't know where I'm rushing yet. One E into 2 E into 1 E into 2 E into. All right, let's do more. Let's listen to that one. Live with that for now. All right, so let's try to do this 4 bars right here. And again, is this a little cheating just doing 4 at a time? Yeah, it is cheating. I'm building towards doing full sections and then full songs, just not there yet. All right, so we got our, does this end in a crash in the song? No, it doesn't. That's okay. Well, we'll practice it with a crash. All right, let's do a couple practice rounds. Let's mute these drums that are here. let's listen to the last one. Do need to fix that rattle and that snare. You hear a little bit of a slowdown in my eighth notes on the hi-hat. Listen to that again. Getting back up to speed. Everything else felt good. Let's do a couple more. Same thing. This is the last one. It's great feedback, though. I recommend everyone start tracking, start recording, listening to yourself back, and actually, like, when I'm playing and with the song, I might feel like I'm grooving, but I might notice something in the tracking that I don't notice in my normal playing with the track or with a metronome, and you actually got to analyze what you're doing. Sounds great, other than that shitty sounding mic on the snare. Cool. That's keepable. Probably gonna end up redoing it, but it's keepable. All right, so these next four are gonna, let me zoom out on this guy just a little bit so we can see the four. And let's just do this a minute so Logic likes me. It's nice to have like a track with nothing playing on. It's just makes tracking over top easier. And a good little drink break. Cool. All right, so I really just want to worry about the last four bars. Is that right? Yeah, the last four. So this drum fill, I'll probably do a crash because I'm used to doing a crash on that, but really just worrying about this transition. And clearly have to think about why you got to make sure you practice. Now, I did practice this track for 9 days. You can go back and watch all my lives on this. I never worked on this transition, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... I want to do 2 kicks there. Yeah, okay, let's try it. Let's warm up on it first. Let's mute that then. 2, 3, 4. I really just, nah, I'm gonna commit to just doing this loop. I really want to go into the verse because it just feels more natural, but doesn't matter right now. was one maybe like, oh, that could have been decent. Um, but nothing that was awe-inspiring. But let's track a couple. Let's listen to the last one. Honestly, for me, that's pretty damn good. Let's solo it. A little rush in the middle. Yeah, if we can clean that up a little, let's do a couple more. Let's listen to that last one. The beat is tight as shit, so I'm very happy with that. Now, again, I could just go back and do just all these drum beats over and over again, like the 3 measures, 4 measures. I could copy and paste. But for me, it's a good learning. It's a good lesson to actually sit here and track that. And it's a better lesson for me to even track them in context. So I'm going to stay away from just 2-section loop, 2-section loop. I've done too much of that in my life. It's time to graduate. The other thing about that is, if I do this for 2 days, I'm seeing like 2 days to track this. Maybe one more session tonight, one tomorrow, and then I'll be done. By retracking the main beat every single time, I'm going to get, if I'm already happy with how tight it is, and maybe I should listen to it solo before I brag about it too much, I'm only going to be more pleased in 3 days of tracking and tightening up even more. Pretty damn pleased though. You can hear a little bit of a gaff. I think I'm beat 2. Yeah. Like in the middle of 2, I get a little confused, but other than that, happy. All right. So verse really already has that one. Oh, it's actually just a lot of this beat. So we'll just do 2 bars of this beat. Let's take a little break and just do a track all the way through there so I have something underneath. It's a fun little thing to play. All right, so let's just warm up on this idea. We're going to ignore the crash, just get the verse down. I guess we don't need this all then. got lost. All right, let's track that. Sometimes I get a little flammy after my open hi-hat to my kick on the downbeat, so let's just listen for that. But, you know, we're not keeping these, so. For the most part, pretty nice. Yeah, you heard me coming back into one. It was very sloppy. The first one wasn't bad, though. Coming back to one, it's quite sloppy. But, all right, I don't think we have to work on that idea anymore, though. So this is the fill going into the chorus. Same fill that we already practiced. I'm going to work on this only for the fact that it gets a different transition getting into it, or it's hearing that chorus beat that we're going to be going into. So it'll be nice to just loop this and get good at it. Try to just loop 2. We'll see how that goes. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1. Now, having a 2-bar loop with a crash on 4, that means if I do track it this way, I'm going to hear that crash. I've done this before in my own band's recordings, where like you do a loop and you keep it. Sometimes you just got to think ahead. This crash would show up all over this, so that would make any of that part unusable. So let's just even practice it the way that I might end up recording this. So we're just going to have a measure of recoup, you know. Play the beat if you want to, relax if you want to. Let's listen to a couple. I listened to the last one and just move on. So maybe a little bit of a rush on the 16th note. Maybe not though. Might be fine. Cool. All right. Chorus time. As we've been doing, let's just do a track underneath so I have it all. I don't have to worry about any weird segments. Since this is more of a practice than an actual tracking, it's a tracking adjacent or pre-tracking, we could call it. Let's just do these two. Get really good at these 2 measures and then those 2 measures and just, I don't know, see what problems are there and what's good, what's bad. Other than that weird slowdown I did in that last one, the idea's there. I kind of stumble on that fill as if it's not supposed to be in time, but it is supposed to be in time. Let's listen to the track before that. That. Did that only solo? Sorry, that only soloed my snare. The one that I do not like the sound of. Down. All right, solo drums. Other than me rushing into one of the next measure. Oh, no. Just not what I want. That's nice. Again, I don't recommend tracking 2 measures at a time. I'm not going to keep these, but it's a good precursor to it. All right, next 2. Let's mute this guy. Remember this drum fill. Okay. Probably listen to the one before the last. Now, I don't actually like that loop, just those 2 bars, because it's hard to jam on that idea of what the acoustic guitar and the bass are playing. But so it'd probably be better to do 4 bars on that. Not bad though. Let's listen to that soloed. Nice. No solo. Okay. All right, next drum fill. I have to think though. All right, let's track that. Megatron, what's up, my guy? 2, 3. 3. Two, 3, and 4, and let's listen to that last one. There might have been a good one before, but I don't remember. That was actually pretty good. Oh yeah. Cool. And the one that I'm really bad at. There. But we need to track it now. Then when I come back and retrack this, it'll be better. And again, I don't know. It's like it's a combination of just keeping even 16th notes, keeping my kick honest, and putting that all together. Just jump in. Listen to that one before. One before might have been halfway decent. Something weird though. 3E and I think my was late. I'm not sure though. One and 2 and 3 and the 4 and little hesitation. Okay, let's do a couple more. It's better than I thought it would have been though. That one, I think the last two that I actually played at all. It's not bad. That one is not good. Okay, let's solo that a minute. I could live with that. All right, it's about 50 minutes in. I'm thinking, and that's really, I guess I thought about doing the other sections. I don't have time. This has to be out by Thursday, so let's start over from the beginning. Try to just solidify all these ideas, or maybe 3 or 4 of these ideas, and then we'll call it a good practice, a good tracking, and then come back later and do it. Got to remember this part. 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a 4 and... It's a good start. Let's listen to, I think 3 ago. Thought I heard something good. Except for my 4 starting to get broken up rhythmically. Let's solo that. Not bad. It very much felt like my dynamic was da 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 da. You know, not gradual, just stepping. And then falling off on the 4. Let's listen to this one. Other than sloppy 16th notes, but all right, let's track a little bit more on that. That one sounded pretty good. Let's listen to this 1, 2 or 3 ago. Who's this one? A little bit more uneven than I thought it was. Overall, for me, that's pretty good. Now that one I actually liked better, but you hear me click my own sticks. All right, let's do 2 more and then we're gonna move on. It's supposed to be more of a recap than a get a good one. Had a good start. Let's listen. I don't want to spend too much time more listening, but I feel like there's some good stuff that's starting. Now, I love the beginning of those dynamics were just fucking straight on. Exactly what I'm looking for. Chances are we could live with that one. Not the beat, but we could live with that. Okay, cool. All right, let's do this 4 bars. And since I don't think we're going to keep any of these, but let's give me 1 in, 1 out, just so I get used to like running into the next section. Otherwise, again, if you do a 4-bar loop a lot, loop practice is the best practice. Loop recording's really good, but you got to think about your ins and outs, right? If you don't have a good transition into the next measure, it's going to sound like shit when you actually come back and record it, or when you like try to comp it all. You're going to be like massaging beats and moving sections. You don't want to fucking spend your time doing it. Spend your time practicing. Spend your time recording your loops correctly. Loop should be a helping a convenience of, hey, I can get this done quicker, not I rely on this because it's the only way that I can release songs. Which I'm speaking from experience. I've done that quite a bit. I try to make a rule in all current recordings is I don't do that shit anymore. Doing it for Music by the Measure is a little bit different though. This is, fun, a hobby. All right. So we're ignoring that drum fill and we're coming right in on the crash and we're playing these 4 bars. Let's jump in. Let's do one more. I got lost. Let's do one real one. 1, 2. Let's just listen to it. When I do the actual loop, I will hopefully won't do that crash mistake. Here it's soloed. Sounded pretty good. Yeah. From what I hear, sounds pretty good. All right. Next section is the drum fill into the verse. We'll do 4 bars. No, we'll actually we'll do a recovery bar. Sounds like a place I'd like to go. So I'll always just have a measure of recoup, relax, rethink, and we're just gonna do the measure before the drum fills. We got. All right, we'll just track. So those have all been a little crap. I think that last one was particularly bad. We'll listen to that just to see how bad it is. just very uneven, very everywhere. But let's listen to the, I think it would have been in this one. Still, I'm clumping some of my 16th notes, but it was better. So by far, this one was the best. I'm not even going to listen to more. Let's listen to it in context. I mean, that's all almost usable, so we just got to get that a little bit tighter. Really just have to smooth that out. That is not it. All right, we're going to move on because they're progressively getting worse, which is not what you want to do. All right, work on this transition. Again, this is very much getting the lay of the land so that when we do come back to actually track, so this video is a lie, I'm just prepared for it. I'm ready for it. I'm tighter. I have all these measures thought through. All right, so we're going to do, we don't need these. We'll do this 3 bars. So we got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... That sounded good. That last one, I might have rushed the 16th notes. Without everything else, it sounds fine. We just gotta, and again, everything else is a scratch track. We're gonna build our foundation. This is our foundation that we're gonna be building upon. So everything just has to be tight to these drums. So we don't really care if it doesn't sound 100% perfect. If it sounds like crap, though, we're in trouble. Yeah, that was fine. We'll say that was fine. All right. Just gonna hit all these chorus sections. Let's try to do 4 bars of this. This might be a mistake. This might actually help me find the groove better. We're gonna find out. And let's do a measure before every time. All right, let's just review these both because when I do both of these, I kind of overlay them on top and just keep screwing it up. Jump in. 2, 3. 4 and 1 and 2. 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's jarring for me to hear that one measure of verse, so we're going to make our repeat measure here instead. Might still be weird. We'll try it. 2, 3. That one was sounding pretty good. Let's listen to it. Heck yeah. Should have probably put that crash in the end there. Let's listen to it by itself. Yeah, it was just like the rhythms. This is such a held out 16th note offbeat rhythm. Ba da ba 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 da ba. Where the other one's so driving during the verse that just hearing one measure and trying to get back into this groove, hearing one measure. So figure out your loops. Soloed. Yeah, that sounds pretty tight to me. Let's listen to it with the track again. I'm happy. I might have rushed coming into the one. Yeah, you can tell already. I pushed. For me, that is not bad. I pushed that one, but the idea was surely there. Okay. Let's do 2 more of those, and then we'll do the last 2 drum fills and then wrap. 1, 2. So I think 2 ago, like I nailed it. And I got a little greedy. I'm like, I bet I can nail it better. Let's listen to this one. I think this was really good. Could be wrong. Might have rushed the one a little bit. Let's look and see if I rushed that or not. Fuck me. Wow, that's pretty much on. Now, look at my inconsistencies. I was doing some guitar tracking the other day, and I just noticed like every fucking transient was on the downbeat that was supposed to be on and off the. So, and you look a little bit of wavering, right? My ambition as a drummer, as a musician, is to get to the point where I do 5 of these, and I shouldn't be here now. I'm not ready for this yet. By that I mean I shouldn't be perfect every single time yet, but I'm pretty happy with that. I'm pretty happy I'm playing on the downbeat. That's what I'm saying. But all right, let's do 2 more. Then we're gonna move on. Actually, before we do, let's listen to this one. That one was better. Listen to it soloed. Now, again, this part that I just heard in my mind has a really nice groove to it. So we'll listen to it by itself, and if it has that groove for it, I might be happy and not retake this part, right? I don't care if it's perfectly lined up with the click as long as it has a good feeling to it. And that's what is dead for modern music, because we line everything to a fucking grid. So there's a little flam on the one of the next. It sounds pretty good. Let's listen to it in context. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. We'll do two more. I'm pleased with it. We'll do two more. All right, let's figure this out again. 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2. 1, 2. Two, three. Cool. Let's move on. Otherwise, I'm going to get obsessive. And like I said, probably not going to even keep these all. All right. So let's run these two fills back to back. Same thing. We don't want to get into the verse. All right. So we got, starting that first measure, 1 and 2 and knowing that I'm going to have to redo that part. One, two, three, four. Fuck. One, two, three, four. Couple more, and then we're going to call it. One, two, three, four. Let's listen to the last one, then call it. Little little like I'm falling downstairs more than playing in time. Let's listen to this one. All right, let's solo this guy a minute. That kick on the four is what gets me. All right, so I clearly have some work to do. I'm going to try to do another one of these tonight. It's currently 6:09, so we'll see if I get that done or not. Thanks for checking us out, guys. If you want this sheet music, if you want to teach this lesson, if you want to follow along, become a member at musicbythemeasurespro.com. We appreciate your guys' support, and I'll talk to you all soon.